guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are going to start a little mini project for the water cycle. Before we get into that, let's take a look at today's bell work. I want you guys to write down your thoughts about this question. How does gravity play a role in the water cycle? So that's what I'd like you to write about and maybe discuss with someone at your house. If there's somebody there that you guys can have a discussion. What is the role of gravity in the water cycle? The greatest force propelling the water cycle is gravity. Gravity pulls precipitation down from clouds, pulls water downhill, and pulls water downward into the soil. So hopefully you got that, thinking about how gravity affects the water cycle. We are still working on developing a model to describe the cycling of water through Earth systems driven by energy from the sun and the force of gravity. All right, today you're going to continue working on creating that model that describes one possible path that a water molecule can take through the water cycle. So you're going to be doing a project. We're going to call this our water cycle mini project. So for this project, you're going to describe the movement of a water drop through the water cycle. The drop will begin in a reservoir and must go through at least 6 starting reservoirs and 6 ending reservoirs and pass through at least 3 phase changes. So it has to change phase at least 3 times, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to solid, etc. You must also include how gravity and the sun's energy drive the cycle. So you'll explain in each part if the sun's energy or gravity were involved. So I want you guys to get creative. I know you're super creative. I know you're stuck at home and you're bored. So I want you guys to really get creative with this project. And I'm giving you a lot of options. And you're not limited to these options. So these are some ideas that I have for you. You can make a mini poster of the water cycle. You can make a diagram that's hand-drawn, or you can do it digitally on your computer. The diagram should look original. It should have the water molecule moving from one step to another. So you're not just drawing a typical water cycle diagram. You're really focusing in on one drop of water. You're kind of personifying that drop of water, giving them a life or personality, and they're going to go through the water cycle and things are going to happen to them. So you're kind of writing a story with this, okay? So each step in the water cycle needs to have text that describes what is happening to the molecule. So it's not enough just to draw it out. You're going to have to add some text. And the text can be spoken by the drop, so what the water molecule is saying, or it can just be written as a caption near the drop of water. The other option, you can do a comic strip. You can again hand draw this or do it digitally. The water molecule should be the main character of your comic strip. The comic strip must include text that explains what is happening in each frame, and the text can be a dialogue spoken by the drop or again just written as a caption at the bottom of the frame. Another thing I thought of that you guys could do is a stop motion video. I know that many of you learned how to do this in media arts. So you could do this using drawings where you do different drawings for each scene and put them all together in your video. You could do it with clay, sculpting your little water drop and making him go through the different parts of the water cycle. You guys are super creative. I know you can take an idea and just run with it. So I'm throwing that out there for you. Again, the water molecule should really be your main character, and you must include either the written or the verbal explanations of each frame. I'm not limiting it to these 3 options. If you have another idea, that is perfectly fine too. Just keep in mind that you must show the water droplet going through the water cycle and explain how it is passing through each reservoir and the interaction of energy and or gravity in each phase. All right, so if you want to compose a dance and you are the water molecule going through the different things, that's fine. A tableau where you have maybe some monologue, something theatrical, whatever you guys want to do, I am perfectly fine with, but you need to just have these ideas going through it, explaining this water droplet going through the water cycle. This is how the project's going to be graded. So here's your rubric. You need to have concept understanding, so demonstrating that you understand how the water molecule can move through the water cycle, and also including that role of the sun and gravity throughout your project. Proper use of terminology. You should be using some of those key terms associated with the water cycle, such as infiltration, precipitation, runoff, flow, evaporation, all the words that we have learned with the water cycle. I'm also going to be looking at your writing skills because there will be a little writing portion to this in your comic strip or on your poster. Even if you do like a dance or theater, you need to turn in the written script part so that I can look at it. And then neatness and legibility. Obviously, this is a project. Take some pride in it. Make sure that it's neat, it's written legibly, the sequence is easy to follow, and the project is colorful. All the normal stuff. So make sure that you do a really good job on this. This is what you're going to be working on filling out today, a graphic organizer to help you plan this project, because you've basically got to make up a story for your water molecule. Where's he going to go? So you're going to start by having a starting reservoir, so you can think about where might we want to start, right? Let's see. I'm going to do a little sample for you. So I might say, okay, my water drop is going to start floating in the lake. So my little water droplet is going along, floating in the lake. Suddenly he's going to be pulled into the air. What happened? He was floating along carelessly when all of a sudden he started to notice he was floating up into the air. He must have, wait, it's better, wait. He yelled to his mom, "What's happening?" She said, oops, "Don't worry, dear. You are just evaporating." All right, so that's my creative part. All of a sudden, he started to notice. All right, so that's my creative part, right? Do you see the creativity? Not just he evaporated. That would be kind of boring. Okay, we're making this into a storyline. All right, and so the sun was involved as, I gotta learn to spell on here, was involved as it heated the water molecule and caused it to turn from liquid into gas. This is our scientific piece. See this? So this is our creative piece. This is our scientific piece. This is where it starts, where it's going to go. So then obviously on our next one, we are starting in the air, in the atmosphere, because that's where he's at now. And then you get to decide from there, where would he go? Well, obviously he's going to have to rain out of the sky, right? And there's a lot of places that he could land, okay? So you can decide that and then come up with what happened to him during that, what was happening, make it creative, and what was involved, energy or gravity, right? So you're going to keep doing this until you get all 6 of these scenarios done. And then I would like you to fill in this down here. What do you plan to do for your project? So you're going to tell me, I'm going to hand draw a comic strip, or I'm going to make a diagram on the computer, or I'm going to create a stop motion with clay, or I'm going to create a theater monologue. Whatever you are going to do, this is where you're going to tell me what your plan is for this project. All right, so the graphic organizer is due today. So that is in your tasks in Google Classroom for you to complete today. And I'd like you to actually start working on this project. The final project is due on Monday, April 20th, so you do have today and Friday, and then if you need to work on it over the weekend, and it is going to be due on Monday. You're going to get another science assignment on Monday, though, so don't put this off till Monday, waiting till the last minute. Make sure you start working on it today, keep working on it tomorrow, and then into the weekend if you need to. That's all I have for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys get creative and have some fun with this project. Show me what you know about the water cycle.